When we saw opportunities this year that we felt were a fit, we wanted to be aggressive in trying to close them. By way of example, we did not anticipate Juninho's returning to Major League Soccer. But once he was available and we were sitting third in the allocation rankings, we were very aggressive in moving up and ensuring ourselves of securing those services. And again, just an individual who had done his research, knew that our club had struggled in recent years, but was eager for the challenge of trying to resurrect glory. Someone who expressed a desire to lead and work with the younger players and serve as a mentor. All things that, in addition to his superb on-field characteristics, are things that we sought to add. And the Dax McCarty deal was the exact opposite. That was something that had been discussed for a long time, so we needed to exhibit some patience in that situation.
Welcome inside the Los Angeles Convention Center for the 2017 MLS Super Draft presented by Adidas. The Chicago Fire is next up with the number 3 pick in the draft. And what are we looking at in a Chicago team that really started kind of a rebuild last season?
Well, I'm looking at Nelson Rodriguez talking to Jesse Marsh over there. I think this is the pick that is likeliest to get traded in this draft.
We have a trade involving the Chicago Fire and NYCFC. The Chicago Fire have traded their 3rd overall pick in today's draft to New York City FC in return for, and this is the first time we've announced the actual amounts, for $250,000 of general allocation money.
Ultimately, New York City's offer was one that, as we analyzed it, we thought that sum of general allocation money gave us a great opportunity to try to close one of these targets that we've been hunting for the better part of the offseason.
Why waste any time? Let's get to it. Dax McCarty, traded from the New York Red Bulls, where he's been captain, to Chicago Fire, coming out $400,000 in general allocation money. This is like shockwaves through Major League Soccer.
Pano and I went out to Los Angeles to formally welcome Dax to the club and try to talk to him, understanding how emotional this change was going to be for him and his newlywed wife. But what we received in return was, again, a huge personality, a man of unimpeachable character, someone who recognized what the task is at hand with the Fire, embraced it. With Nikolic, we first noticed him last February while we kind of introduced ourselves to the Polish League. And then we watched him as the new season began, followed him on a regular basis. And Matt Pearson, our chief scout, went out to see him play live. And then Pano went out to see him play live twice as well. Nikolic was a target for somewhere between 6 and 8 months. But we're thrilled. Just even in the first days of training camp, he is everything we thought he was. He has very strong personality. First of all, he has a great sense of humor. He's not afraid to laugh at himself. But when he's on the field, he has a real high degree of intensity and work ethic. I'm just excited to have our team back on the field in front of our great fans. I'm always enthused and energized by the reception that we get from what I believe are the most loyal supporters in Major League Soccer. Just the welcome that the group gave to Nemanja upon his arrival late in the evening at the airport. Just the constant flood of positive messages that we receive through Facebook posts or all the rest of it, I think is fantastic. So I'm excited for the fans. I'm excited to unveil the newest edition of Chicago Fire Soccer Club, and we have some optimism moving forward.